Well, there's some slight swelling. That's to be expected. But this is day after the tooth extraction. That thing needed to come out of my head. It had a crack, just like I tried to tell them all these months. There's something wrong with that tooth. Since May, been telling them something wrong with that tooth. It's not right. And even after they did the root canal, and they just wouldn't listen, I guess. They didn't see what they needed to see on their little test or x-ray. And so I sat here with this in my mouth for that long, and I mean, it was destroying me. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating at all, okay? It was, I don't know what a cracked tooth does to a person, but man, that thing was causing me havoc. I call it the devil tooth, I'm not crazy. And I know that people think that, but that's how they do when they, do the veterans like this and just prolong and put off things and whatever. And I don't understand. I think people ought to be listened to. And it's just unnecessary trauma carrying that tooth around for 4 months. I mean, my body felt like it was humming. I felt like I was in deep, dire angst. And I think I don't know. I mean, it was like night and day when they took that tooth out. And it's like, if that tooth stayed in my head another day, I don't know. I was at my limit. Honestly. And, just over it with the VA and everything, They shouldn't be doing this to people. But I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm not even taking really the pain medicine because I'm out of pain. I needed the pain medicine for the 4 months of angst that I sat here with a cracked tooth in my mouth, excruciating, just, and it was undulating. It would like roller coaster, up and down. Like it would hurt and then I'd kind of be okay for a few days and then I was back down. It was like, oh my gosh, what is going on with this tooth? And, I don't like going to a dentist or doctor or any of them because this is what happens to me. This is a repeat of 2023. Same kind of scenario. Had a root canal with the tooth that was behind this one that's now no longer there. But, I had a root canal with that one. And then it just sat there. No, didn't have the crown approved. And, I had to call over to the VA in Pensacola and got some other, one of the directors or whatever, got her involved, and it ended up that the email for the approval for this was stuck in the dentist's email queue, that he hadn't even looked at it. And that's kind of the dignity or respect that I get. I'm 100% permanent disabled veteran, and I want a settlement. $16 million is what I'm asking. 8 for my son, and the other 8, I'm going to donate it and make a fund for the 16th Street Mall homeless veterans, because I've carried their stories with me all these years. I never in a million years would have thought that anyone in the medical field or government or anything like that, they wouldn't hurt you. I never thought that in a million years. Still am like baffled. Like, I don't like feeling like this conspiracy theory, paranoid, whatever. I don't feel like people are coming out to get me. I don't have any delusions or anything like that. Come do a mental evaluation on me if you want to. Come on, bring it. Do a drug test on me if you want to. Bring it. Any day, anytime, day or night. I know I've got some THC residual because I was taking CBD. Because I'm not taking anything else. And I've weaned myself out of quite a lot of stuff from 2015 until now. 120 Tramadol, 90 Lortabs, 60 Ritalin, 90 Valium, methocarbamol, 60 methocarbamol, 30 meloxicam, Effexor, gabapentin, atenolol, hydrochlorothiazide triamterene, and I mean, it's all right there in my record. They were all prescribed together for me for years, and that's just the short of them. That's just some of them off the top of my head that I have adamantly got, like ingrained in my thoughts that's what they were giving me. And then they turn around and sent me 15 milligram morphine in the mail in March 2015. Yes, they did. That's not a starter dose. And I was on all of that I'm telling you. And they sent me 15 milligram morphine. And I went into anaphylactic shock. And I was already allergic to Dilaudid on my chart when she sent me that. And then fast forward to 2023, and that doctor decides to put me on Suboxone. Never in a million years should I have ever been put on that. I'm allergic to morphine and Dilaudid, same group. So I had a stroke. So I'm done, and I need my settlement, and I'm worth it. So were those veterans on the 16th Street Mall. So was my son that's been denied college, told that he was going to get college. He was in advanced classes. He has all the smarts. And he was taking care of this crazy old mom, committing suicide, trying to commit suicide or something because of the side effects of those medications. I love life. I would never want that. I've got a little tattoo now of that semicolon. That I made a pact about that. So I'm not going to be a statistic like that. I need to be dealt with forthrightly and upfront and decent of what I'm asking, because it ain't far-fetched. And matter of fact, go and think about it for a while and what your price tag would be, because it'd probably be over $1 million for 30 years of this bull crap that I've put up with. And I can tell you stories. I can tell you lots of stories. So, anyway, thank you for your attention to this matter. Share it all you want. Get me an attorney.